1968, Northern California. A killer strikes. No face, no name. He sends letters to the press, calling himself the Zodiac. Coded messages, impossible to fully solve. Police chase a ghost, but he keeps killing, then disappears. To this day, no one knows who he was. It began in 1968, on a quiet road in California. Two teenagers, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, were parked in their car. No warning, no chance to escape. Gunshots shattered the silence, and they became the first known victims. Months later, the killer struck again. But this time, he didn't just kill. He started talking. He sent letters and called himself the Zodiac. Months after the first murders, the killer struck again. A young couple sat in their car at night, thinking they were alone. Suddenly, the silence broke. Shots were fired. Chaos in seconds. The woman was killed instantly. The man survived. Barely. But what shocked police the most wasn't just the attack. It was what came after. Because this time, the killer called the police himself.
After this second attack, something changed. Newspapers received a letter written in cold confidence. The killer described the crimes in detail. Details only the attacker could know. He demanded the message be published or he would kill again. At the bottom, he signed a name no one had ever heard before. He signed the letter with a name no one had ever heard before, the Zodiac. From that moment, the police weren't just hunting a killer, they were chasing a voice. And then, the codes arrived. At Lake Berryessa, the nightmare became real. A couple was enjoying a quiet day when a man appeared from the trees. He wasn't hiding his presence, he was displaying it, wearing a black hood marked with a strange symbol. He tied them up and attacked them with a knife. One survived just long enough to describe the horror and the mask of the man they called the Zodiac. But the worst part was still coming. San Francisco, October 1969. A taxi driver named Paul Stein picks up a late-night passenger, a normal ride into the darkness. But moments later, a single gunshot ends his life. The killer calmly takes proof of the crime and walks away. Police arrive minutes later and realize something terrifying. They were close, too close, and still they missed him. And for the first time, the Zodiac was almost caught. After the taxi murder, the hunt intensified. Police followed leads, questioned suspects, but nothing held. Then, the letters kept coming, but the killing slowed. The Zodiac was still watching, still playing, what staying hidden. And then, just like that, he vanished. No final message, no trace, just silence. And the biggest question remained, who was the Zodiac? Years passed, but the case never closed. Investigators chased every lead, every suspect, but nothing was ever proven. One name stood out, Arthur Lee Allen, but even he was never charged. The Zodiac claimed dozens of victims, but only a few were confirmed. Truth or manipulation? Decades later, some of his ciphers were finally solved, but they revealed no identity, no final answer. The files remain open. The evidence still studied because somewhere in the past, a killer walked away. And to this day, no one knows who the Zodiac really was. Who do you think he was?